So 2 days ago, the official review trailer for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order was released. You guys probably already saw my reaction for it, but I not getting the breakdown I promised for it out. I apologize for that, and I'm here to remedy that. So here is my official breakdown of the review trailer. So let's go back to the beginning and break it down. I'll stop every now and then and talk about it. I may double some scenes again just so I can confirm what I saw or didn't saw or heard, that kind of stuff. So let's begin. So we open up with a crowd. Obviously industrial workers. That's what I've heard a lot of people say, and I agree. And one of them is going to be our main character. That much I know. And you get all better on the uniforms. Main character, if I remember correctly. Don't stand out. Obvious for a Jedi. Accept the pass. That's just to make a quick comparison to Canon Jarrus, also known as Caleb Doom. He essentially wanted to forget the past. Well, this character obviously wants to do the opposite of that, which I find very interesting. Now, all those three rules are good for a Jedi who wants to remain essentially a Jedi, but not get caught by the Empire, since this is after Order 66. And some very good rules at it. You see Canon Jarrus do a very similar thing. Not everyone stand out. He essentially doesn't trust anyone. But he more has forgotten the past, unlike this character. Cal, I think is his name. Yeah. Oh, Imperial Probe Droid. So I just find this shot neat. We got in the foreground, we got a Venator Star Destroyer being disassembled, and we got a couple others in the background, all being disassembled, and we got some kind of new industrial ship handling this process. Now the question is this a Scrapyard Planet, or a planet that has, what's the word I'm looking for, was the site of a major battle? I'm thinking this planet was the site of a major battle in the Clone Wars for one simple reason. It would be more efficient to disassemble the Star Destroyer, the old Republic era Star Destroyers, in space because you don't have gravity. And no, I think some accidents like a massive fire are going to be less likely in space because of no oxygen. So I'm thinking this could be the site of a major battle. Maybe it's even where the Padawan was when Order 66 went down. Something to consider, but I'm leaning towards site of a battle, not a Scrapyard Planet like other planets have been before. Though my first thought was a planet like Raxus Prime for this, or wherever the Scrapyard Planet was in the Force Unleashed. But I think site of a major battle makes way more sense. What do you think about that? Let me know in the comments. That's obvious. Don't reach within. That's essentially him saying don't use the Force, but it's obvious in this scene that he might be using the Force. I don't know. The implication that he either wants to or is about to but stops himself. I'm not sure which. But if he does use the Force in this scene, let's say this is at the start of the story after Order 66, maybe Order 66 is a training mission, I don't know. That would be a good way of them doing it. But if this story element takes place, between Order 66 and the main events of the game, this would be a good case for him to essentially blow his cover as a Jedi and get the Empire on his trail. Inquisitor? I think second sister, they said. The Jedi have fallen. Wall running. A droid. Wait, I gotta go back. I think an Empire Rises. That looks like it's a clone trooper, obviously. Looks like green markings. I know clone troopers with green markings were on Kashyyyk. Maybe he goes to Kashyyyk? Something to consider. Maybe he finds out more. Those are, I think they call them Purge Troopers, though in the comics they were called, I think, Inquisitor Troopers. I could be wrong, let me know if I'm wrong. But it's pretty neat how they have the Electro Staff as their primary weapon, which makes sense. If you're going up against a Jedi, an Electro Staff is probably your best bet besides a lightsaber or a darksaber. So that is actually pretty cool. And I gotta say, I've recently been replaying The Force Awakens, and they had a enemy class, an Imperial class of troopers that that use Electro Staffs, and they're hard to beat without Force powers. So the question is what exactly happens when he goes up against these troopers? Does he engage them in a duel? Does he use Force powers? I'm very curious going on, and I wonder, could there be different levels of these troopers? Could there be a lower level that's definitely harder to beat than a stormtrooper, which I believe they said stormtroopers can be taken down with one swing of a lightsaber? Because like the next, like a level 1 kind of deal and level 2 kind of deal with Inquisitor troopers, you get the tougher ones to beat and the easier ones to beat. That would be very neat to see, and I would love it. More variation and that stuff. And of course, explain away by heavier armor. Maybe you need 2 slashes, 3 slashes as a lightsaber for harder and harder troopers. And maybe ones of Electro Staff can block, which will make some sense because we've seen that before. It's very interesting to see. I'm really curious about this because I would love actually to see different levels of these. I believe they're calling them Purge Troopers or Inquisitor Troopers. Regardless of what they're calling them, I would love to see like a regular blaster wielding level of them that are easier to take down than maybe the Electro Staff wielding ones, but harder than Stormtroopers. That would be very neat to see. Ooh. Trust no one. But obviously he comes to trust somebody at the very least. Trust only in the Force. Which I really like that, because for Jedi on the Run, that's pretty much all you can do. And then the Force can tell you if somebody else is trustworthy. So, you can still end up trusting somebody if you think if you trust in the Force that they are trustworthy. I want to go back real quick to this. The second Inquisitor, I believe, is literally appears to be using the Force to break the glass. The only other character we've ever seen do that in Star Wars canon is Mace Windu. So is the Inquisitor using the same type of ability? I don't know, but that would be cool. We did see a bit more in Legends. Using the Force to break glass, but in canon we only have Mace Windu. So just a neat little thing there I picked up on. It looks like he's in the Jedi Temple in this scene, and some people I know have suspected that he retrieves this lightsaber and it's another Jedi's lightsaber, not necessarily his. And I think that actually would be a pretty nifty idea. It would give some credence to being on the run and not wanting to stand out. Then we got the logo, which is always a good thing to have. And then we get the release date. And I think that's it. yeah. So there's my more in detail break for the Star Wars Jedi Order. Sorry, not Star Wars Jedi. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order trailer. I'm very excited for the game. It's from what I've understood, it's gonna be an all single player experience, and I hope it's a good long one, and and I hope maybe each level there's two different ways to play it. A stealth option and a non-stealth option, because just by having those two options there, you've all of a sudden doubled the amount of gameplay. Because you play it through once on stealth, then you play it through it again. No, just guns a-blazing, for lack of a better expression, because Jedi don't use guns. I would like that where maybe, or that kind of option, because that would essentially make the gameplay even more fun. There may be some missions you have to remain quiet, some you don't, but you can, and that would be neat. Because just by having maybe a mechanic that would be so cool, I don't know if they have, but I would love it if they do. But I'm very excited for this game, and I can't wait for it to come out. Let me know what you think of the trailer down below. Also, if I missed something in the trailer, because I'm sure I did, please let me know. Probably some small detail in a corner that I just missed, which is very likely, but I really do like what I've seen. So thank you for watching my official, well, not my official, but my breakdown of the official review trailer for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. Now I'm going to go watch the Star Wars The Clone Wars panel, because supposedly a trailer for Season 7 was released. Nothing has appeared on the official YouTube channel for Star Wars yet, so I'm going to watch the panel to see if it comes up, and you'll get my reaction or breakdown of that, providing I can find it. So, thanks for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you, always.